Yo, what is happening, guys? How are we doing? Happy... Oh, knock on my head. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. Zalom, how are we doing? We're going to continue work with this Necromunda specialist here. I'm going to try and finish off a few of those armor pieces, so we'll be adding those dot highlights. Hey, Fran, how you doing? Wombat, what's happening? Yeah, I got to add those dot highlights. It makes a big difference on this armor. Really, really does. If you're this skillful, hey, I used to think dotting the armor was going to be really difficult, but it honestly is not. Just takes a little bit of patience. Yo, Nick, what's happening, man? You never know where to put them. You put them on every corner, Fran. You put them on every single edge. Oh, how good? What'd you get started on, Nick? Oh, nice. Very cool, man. Very cool. Yeah, some of the Crisis Protocol models are wicked. I'm surprised at the range too. It's not just like the mainstream characters either. Who's your favorite? Who's your favorite comic book character that is yet to get a proper variant in a movie? Could be Marvel. Could be DC. Marvin, how we doing? A good Nightwing. Yeah, that what was that? Was that Teen Titans? That wasn't bad. Teen Titans definitely wasn't bad. I've wanted a proper comic book version, accurate, Omega Red.
Take on the world. We're gonna take on the world. Standing up tall. We gotta make it our own. No waiting around. Winners would never look down. No one can stop us, we got it. The future is right in our hands. Give it 100%. We're gonna take on the world. Yeah, we gotta move. Speaking the truth. Yeah, paying our dues. We making the news. Yeah, we hitting the roof. No, we don't wanna lose. Climbing and shaking the walls. We gotta break all the rules.
What? Way too big. Stork, what's happening? How we doing? Got to get them dot highlights happening. Felt like a good day with 30k. Oh, it was a pre-order. Man, I'm seeing a lot of grumpy people. Seen a lot of grumpy people when it comes to that. Is that all the dots for the green on the body? I think so. Way too big. What am I doing? Better. Sorry, just not holding in a good spot. Man, I'm hot. I'm just going to take my hoodie off. Oh, they'll definitely get over it. I think almost everyone gets over it. I say almost everyone. The new Centurions. Some guy was saying that on the Dreadnought that they've got spots specifically for magnets. Which would be pretty crazy. The the evolution of the Dreadnought in Horus Heresy is pretty nuts. I had the Contemptors that were taller than the box dreads when they first came out, and they came out before Redemptors came out, and then like regular Redemptors came out, and then they brought out Leviathans that were bigger. And then they're like, here's an even bigger version. It's like a babushka doll. Okay, now we've done all the dot highlights for the green. Or the teal. We can do the dot highlights for the suppression laser casing. So we'll do the dots for this as well. Suppose we'll dot highlight the grenades too, seeing as they are. What do I need for this green? Yeah, Ogren. How do I line up second two-handed weapons? They're tough. So when I'm doing a Marine, I basically glue. Like normally I'd have this glued on. I've already broken it off. I would push fit them. So you can see I had glue there. I would normally have these glued. So they're one, and then I would just sort of like slip them on. I do it with Marines a lot. Like this is how I would paint. This is how I would normally paint Marine arms if they've got a bolt up, exactly like that. Marines are a bit easier because they just slide on. All right, let's dot highlight the little grenades now. It can be frustratingly annoying, but gotta do it. Shitting bricks, you'll be right. You'll be right. It's natural to stress. It's natural to stress. You'll be good. You'll be good. I think it's something that gets frowned upon is like people, you know, being nervous or stressing about something. That's just normal. You're very prepared? Nice. Then do you know what? Look, there's nothing more you can do. If you're prepared, the day is tomorrow. Hang out. I'll paint some models. It'll sit in the back of your mind. We'll try to relieve that tension as much as we can. Look, I was stressed today. Do you know why I was stressed today? And it's not because I got a firefighter test tomorrow. It's because a girl in a dating app told me to call her. And I was stressing all day about it. And then I called her, and you know what happened? She didn't pick up. So there you go. So I stressed over nothing. Nah, no call back. No. Why has this grenade got so many little dots? Why has it got so many dots? Stressing about not seeing you? No. That's going to happen more often. Being the big boss dog. We played like 3 hours of, although I could have played more. 3 hours of night rain. Oops. Maybe they need me on the leg. Is that the spot for him? Probably. Yeah, we'll probably put him on the legs. And then we've got to do some dot highlights on the grey armor as well. Then once we've done that, we might move on to the pipes, the pink energy pipes. because after that, I think we might be up to metallic. Oh yeah, the pink's going to take a little bit of time. Going to take a little bit of work. I think there's more edge highlights on the grey armor than there is on the green, maybe. Oh, we got the, where'd the knife go? Where's his little knife? This is all the guys I got painted. I need to move them anyway because they're all in the way. This is all the guys I got painted for my gang. There's more. There's more. There's more. That's all the guys I've got painted for my Van Saar. And I found the blade. I found the power blades. They're right there. My little knife. I feel like Games Workshop copied my medic. I feel like Games Workshop copied my medic. Can't wait to start. Jesus, breaking models. Can't wait to start cutting pieces off the new sprue. Yeah, look, watch. I'll show you. This is my medic. Show you their medic. What are they called? Tech hunters. Tech hunters. Van Saar tech hunters. Where is he? This guy. He's got a white mask and he's got a little narthesium. Come on now. Same. Yeah, I think I was telling Marvin I've got like 14 Van Saar members painted. But unlike the 14 that Marvin's painting for his Cawdor, that's his 1,000 points. That's his starting 1,000 points. That's like 2,000 points for me. Oh, it's insane, Rin. It's actually insane. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. It's shit for all chapters now, what you get for the transfers in a box. It's silly. I agree, it's very silly. Alright. But don't knock this off my head. Yeah, they don't give Dark Angels. Yep. They don't give Space Wolves either. That's stupid. And you know what? If the upgrade sprues were like really, really good, and the Blood Angel ones, it's mid. It's mid. If they were fantastic, you would get them. You would get them. Like the Dark Angels one's good. The Dark Angels upgrade pack is good. Did the Space Wolves even get one? Did the Space Wolves get an upgrade kit? Wait, it's Administratum. Yep, I was about to use Dawnstone. A shoulder. Oh, dude, I hate the embossed shoulder pads. Transfers are way better. Give me a transfer every day. I don't mind painting a gem on a character, but my battle line troops, no. And I know in the lore, Blood Angels would have heavily artificed armor and stuff like that, but I don't care. I don't care. The Primaris one's very bad. Yeah, I did. So I painted them, right? And I was like, it takes so long. Like my first set of Blood Angels I did was a 5-man regular intercessor squad, and they look cool, but I tell you what, that transfer is a hell of a lot quicker. That transfer is way quicker. I prefer a transfer. I prefer a transfer. Characters and stuff, yeah, okay, give them an embossed shoulder pad. Like, it makes sense on certain stuff. You know, if you were painting Deathwing Knights, right? If you were painting Deathwing Knights for Dark Angels and you had these guys, it would be cool to have the embossed shoulder pad on these guys, and then your regular Deathwing Knights have the red transfer. Like, that would be cool. Then it makes them like more elite. Yeah, you can really incorporate the transfer into the armor. Right, we've got heaps of dots to do with this. Why? Why you not want to focus? My only thing about 3D printed upgrade parts is sometimes they don't match the Games Workshop aesthetic. And I think like Liber Demonica is a perfect example. Their stuff's really good, but you almost need to buy the whole thing, and then it's no longer a Games Workshop mini from that point. Does that make sense? I see it with the Black Templar stuff all the time. I'm like, that just doesn't. It looks like a completely different mini. Oh, I missed some edge highlights. Son of a bitch. Said on last night's stream I didn't want to mix more of this color, but now I'm gonna have to. Damn it. I don't know if I like this playlist. Let's try something different. What is this one? Gaming moments. Beat the boss. Capture the intensity of reaching that end game. It was very dangerous. Yeah, yeah. I feel that. I get that on almost every tutorial model, and then it doesn't help that like my mates are like, you should do an army of those. Like, shut up. Okay, now we can get back to doing the highlights on the grey armor. I lie, there's another part I just saw I missed. I love Marines, Rin. I love Marines. My only thing is I don't know how I feel about having multiple Marine armies. And I know that they play differently, but for me, there's obviously a stack of effort involved in painting up an army or a force, and I would much prefer to have like one Marine army and then like a Xenos army, like pick Eldari or something. Or if I was going to go down the route and I was like, man, I really want to, like, I really like playing Marines, but I want a slightly different play style, I'd maybe look at doing like a heretic. And I get when you've got models. Look, I've got heaps of models and I'm trying to make my way through them. It's an expensive hobby. But yeah, if I was starting fresh, that's my advice to people. The EC stuff's sick, man. Like, it's really, really cool. Does it sound like the credits to a Batman movie with George Clooney in it? Or it's the prequel, the like intro music to a Marvel movie, like when they do all the origin, but right at the start of the movie, like Spider-Man getting bitten by the spider in a comic book style. A painting project? Do you mean like, what are we talking, like a 2,000 point army? Or when you walk in the room? Exactly, Marvin, exactly. If I were to, no, I paint off stream. I paint in the studio on the weekends. I don't do a heap of painting off stream during the week at home. Majority of it's on stream. I used to paint off stream. And when I painted off stream, I would arguably paint more. So I would say if we're talking optimal, efficient painting time, and I've still got a full-time job, it would be probably 6 to 7 months for a 2,000 point army. To this standard. Because I've done it before. I did it with my Imperial Knights and I did it with my Daughters of Cain. And both were Well, the Imperial Knights went to, I suppose they were 2,000 points at the time. But the Daughters of Cain was definitely start to finish 2,000 points. Yeah, but that's good, Rin. This is the thing, man. This is the thing, right? Like, nowhere is it, like, very rarely is anyone going to be able to sort of, you got to think, if you're doing painting as a job, if you're doing content creation, which is what I aim to try and do at some stage, it would be doing battle reports. 8 hours of the day would be doing battle reports and editing videos and stuff. It wouldn't be me painting models. I would still be painting models in my own time after. But doing like an hour or two, even if it's like 3-4 nights a week, is fantastic. You got to think it's just chipping away at it. There are so many people that are like, oh, I just don't have the time to paint, and they just don't paint at all. It's because they don't make the time. It's like anything. Like, you make the time to go to gym, or you make time to go see friends, or you make time to play sport. It's all about sacrificing and making that time. It's like, how many hours do people play computer games? How many hours do people play computer games? I just did it most recently. Like, when an hour and a half of the stream is painting and an hour and a half of the stream is gaming. When I did my first year of streaming, I was doing 3 hours a day. Or scroll through TikTok. Exactly. How much time do people spend just procrastinating? Like, that first year I did TikTok, I would have painted over 1,000 hours in the year, which is a shitload. You just got to look at the big picture when you're doing armies to a higher standard. If you're just doing them like, if you're doing like slap chop and stuff like that, you can look at the small picture, that's fine. But if you're wanting to sort of paint an army to the best of your standard, and the best of your standard for an army isn't the same as the best of your standard for a single miniature. On a single miniature, you might even put in more detail. You just got to look at the big picture and just stick. You got to stick with it. Paint 4 or 5 hours a day, 12 on weekends. Yeah. See, that's what I used to do, Stork, when I was making huge progress on paint projects. There's nothing wrong with that if you can manage that and it doesn't like disrupt your life. Half an hour, guys, we will do the live stream community showcase, so get those posts in that thread. Trying to encourage people to paint an army is very, very difficult. And I think only once you have painted a project do you understand the real sense of achievement behind it. There's a guy in the local community that didn't paint armies at all for years. Just didn't. Was a grey army gamer. Decent gamer, tactics wise. And recently has wanted to get into the tournament scene. If you want to get in the tournament scene, you go painted armies. And he started painting his stuff, which is phenomenal. And now he's realized how cool it is having painted armies. Good luck tomorrow, dude. Good luck tomorrow with your test. I'm sure you will do awesome. Let's keep highlighting these grey armor. Difficult to itch my eyebrow when I've got glasses on and magnifying glasses. How much of these elbows do I dot highlight? Quite literally just that point. Marvin, you down for 2 night rain runs after stream? It'll be after stream though. I don't think I'm gonna stream gaming anymore unless it's Space Marine 2. I don't know. It just, I think it's better to just stick to painting. This sounds like a Spider-Man. Like we're talking Tobey Maguire Spider-Man soundtrack. Yeah, you've been using a whip more often in Night Rain too. The goated whips. Oh, I've still got the skin to paint too. I did a run. You need to be using more than Alienoras, and yeah. I mean, Alienoras and Rivers are just perfect on the Executor though. Like the perfect weapon. You know, there's just some weapons that just make sense for certain classes, and those two are perfect. Yeah, did a run before stream, and I was Iron Eye, and I ended up having a spare purple smithing stone, and I used it on a great bow. Tell you what, man. Look, it's difficult to time a boss, but man, if you can time a boss with a great bow, it's chunky damage, especially with Rain of Arrows. Like you've nearly got sometimes great sword levels of AR on your on the weapon. Okay, maybe I'll do the flesh next. Yeah, I think I will. We'll paint the skin. The skin on my guys is a different sort of scheme as well. For anyone that knows anything about Necromunda, Saar tech is making them sick. It basically bombarding them with radiation. So I've got this sort of weird purpley scheme to try and make them look like they're fatigued a lot. So we'll be doing the same on these guys, on this guy here. He's only got like hands and he's like sort of jaw visible. But what do I need for that? I can't remember. Iron rock. So this is actually the Ideneth Deepkin colors that I use as a base. It's a weird color, Iron rock. Like a greeny cream. I don't know. It's difficult to describe. It's going to take a couple of coats though, that is for sure. This playlist is called Boss Fight. This playlist should be called Comic Book Credits. It should be called Comic Book Credits. The whole time I'm painting this, I'm like, man, they've got small detail, but Necromunda models are just so damn cool. Just got so much character. Even the little Juves. Even the Juves. If people are wondering, Juve stands for juvenile. They're like the rookie gang members. We better clear that up. You could probably paint this as if they've got like a mask as well. You don't necessarily have to paint this as skin, I wouldn't imagine. You'd probably have to shave the hair off though, because they've got hair. Keep going with microsol. Keep going with microsol. So let the microsol just sit for like, I don't know, a good 15 minutes and then apply it again. And soak it. Soak the area. You've been on it for weeks? Really? That's a bit weird. Yeah, I don't know what to do then if that's not after weeks. That's a bit strange. Alright, so we're gonna have to do 2 coats. We need to get a nice base to start with this Iron Rock skin. Then we have to go to the Deepkin Flesh and do the same. Yeah, you could easily paint these as gloves and the other part is like a balaclava type thing, but this adds to the model just a little bit. Breaks it up enough. Whoop, good catch. Good catch. You know, the whole time I've been streaming tonight, which is nearly an hour and a half, I've had one person say hello on TikTok, and then they didn't even reply. After I was like, how you doing? When I first started out there, TikTok was the one where people would actually chat, and Twitch was the opposite. Tails, my dude, how you going? Doing all right, man? We're just chipping away at sort of the commando of my Van Saar. They're such fun models, man. They are such fun models. I know you're sort of starting over your 40k stuff again, but if you're ever wanting like a true paint project, I would look into some Necromunda models. Just paint up 12 of the best models you can paint. Struggling, starting another army? Look at a Necromunda gang, bro. Look at a Necro gang. And I know it might be a position of I right now I don't want a hobby. Had the same thing now. Had the same thing. We just weren't really drawn to it. There's no one to destroy this one. Still can't get over that, bro. Still cannot get over that. Wild. Wild. All right, so we've got a nice starting point. The real music I like? Nah, man, I wish I could play Spotify again. This one's called Beat the Boss playlist from Upbeat. And most of it doesn't sound like you're playing a video game beating a boss. I was saying, it sounds like the credits to a superhero movie. But like, we're talking early 2000s, late 90s superhero movies. Arnold Schwarzenegger's making some corny ass lines against George Clooney. Spot on. I know, dude. So, some of them sound like a video game, but most of them have got some superhero credits about it. I don't know. What were some of Arnie's lines from that movie? Tonight's weather prediction: a freeze is coming through, or some shit. That movie was just a whole bunch of one-liners. Whole bunch of one-liners. So this one sounds like a video game. Okay, now we're going over this with the Deepkin flesh. So we needed the Iron Rock as the base coat because this color paint here just would not cover at all. So it's just so this can cover. How you been raging? What have you been up to, man? Heaps of 3D prints for the raging community. Needed it? Yeah. Yeah. Man, I love a chilled out day. Can't go hard all the time. That's what she said. That is in fact not as in fact not what she said. Because these songs have a bit of a build up, don't they? It's pretty good. That's pretty good. What do we wash it with? Purple, I think. Oh. I actually wash it with a thin down Xerius purple. I don't actually use Druchii violet. There you go. Who'd have thought? This is exactly why you write down your paint recipes, because there is no way I would have remembered that. How did I even come up with the idea of using a regular paint as a wash? Past BFG Justin was a paint savant. What a guy. Using a regular paint, yeah, isn't it? Couple of minutes, guys, we will jump in the Discord. We'll see what people are working on. So get those posts in the Discord thread. Show the community what you've been working on. Stork's got one of his many projects. I am almost certain. Okay, while that dries, because I want it to dry. While that dries, we will start putting some of the Screamer Pink on this helmet here, because we're going to start painting the energy of the model. Now I have base coated on the body. I haven't done it on the cerebral tail thingy. Where my Screamer Pink at? And then this one sounds like Prince of Persia with Jake Gyllenhaal. Was he in Prince of Persia? Was that Jake Gyllenhaal? It was? Why do I remember some of the most obscure shit? He probably wants people to forget that, doesn't he? Jake Gyllenhaal for Aladdin next, please. No, I didn't go into great detail when I painted these areas on all of my other models. I sort of just highlighted up with pinks. You could try and make it have a glow effect even more, but I think all of the edge highlights on the armor and stuff are enough detail. All right, let's see what you guys are working on in the Discord. And then we'll jump back into the painting. Oh, Nick, here we go. This is Nick's Crisis Protocol Hulk. Very cool. Very cool. See, they've modeled the Hulk on me. Built very similar. My arms aren't that big though. Sick model though, dude. You're doing good. And then we've got... Hold up. Didn't you say you weren't doing 40k? Tails, this is a wolf. 22-inch pythons. I know you're not doing BA. We spoke about Space Wolves. I didn't realize you weren't. I thought you weren't doing any 40k at all. But you're doing wolves. That looks sick, dude. That looks cool as. Finish one. Just finish one, bro. Just finish one. And you'll feel awesome about it. Then we'll give the the pink pipes on the body another layer as well. How is this a boss fight song? Nice, it's weekend. Indeed, indeed. How's your weekend going, Dark Lord? Okay, let's do the pipes on the body as well. Whoops. I was reading a comment. I'm holding a lot of paint on a brush. Wasn't intelligent. Let's just keep doing the pipes. We might as well do it. Where's my pink horror? Hydrate. Thank you, Zophiana. Just get rid of that little grenade pouch. We don't need that right now. Oh, there's even more little pipes on the back, isn't there? Yep. Forgot about them. There's somewhat of a glaze consistency first. I just want to help this mix sort of transition a bit more, and then we'll use the thicker, more opaque version of it. Always glad to see Necromunda painted. I am very, very much enjoying it. There's a ton of detail, and sometimes I'm like, oh man, like just now, I'm like, oh damn, I missed those tiny little pipes on the back. But I love Necromunda models. They're so enjoyable to paint. There's not that pressure. There's not that pressure like you get with, oh man, I've got to paint 2,000 points to play this. And then when you play a campaign and you have like your like new gang members, your juves level up and get stronger and stuff like that, it's, yeah. The game system itself is very, very fun too. This is what they'll look like when they're done. This guy was my, which one was it? This guy was my first of my Van Saar. No, I stole a little scope from, again, this is the whole cool part about Necromunda is just like tiny little kitbashers. All I did was steal a scope from a bolt rifle from a Space Marine. So this is a hot shot las gun instead of a regular las gun. Skaven to Cawdor makes sense. Makes sense. Unsanctioned Beastman. And having said that, that's also another fantastic thing. You can make all types of wild and wonderful gangs in Necromunda, and it is encouraged. Not only can you base them off existing houses, but you can make hired, what are they called? You can do the outcasts, but then there's the other ones. What are the outcasts called? The other gang where you have full customization. Man, I forget. But yeah, you can do that type of stuff. Like you could paint Tau Fire Warriors and use them as Van Saar. You can use Skaven and use them as Cawdor. You could get some of those new Goremongers for Kill Team and use them as Corpse Grinder Cults. You could get Adeptus Sororitas and use them as Cawdor quite easily too. You could use them as like Redemptionists, a more elite version. You volunteer to go outlaw. Oh yeah, 100% would not be lawful. The first campaign, dude, you can't, if you're not losing through a whole campaign, that's wild. We did a little bit of a test campaign. And I didn't lose either with my Van Saar. Mind you, the boards were not ideal. They weren't played the way they should have been played. But it was fun to just sort of learn a little bit. I didn't look. Got ya. Yep, right. Got ya. Well, in our test campaign, I actually won everyone. All right, let's get even more pink horror in our mix. I think we just continue to mix it in. Research for D&D. Good luck. Good luck. Carabao, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How are you? Just working on some Necromunda. Finished your model? What'd you finish? Death Watch Heavy Intercessor. That's quite a salty. Why is he a salty? What have you given him to make him a salty? That's cool. What is this song? Might skip this thing. A bit weird. Creepy Halo flood. Yeah, that was a bit strange. I don't know. Not vibing that. Not on now. It's starting to come together. Now this sounds like boss music. And now it's starting to sound like superhero credits again. Okay, what else do we do? Line of pink, horror, and fulgrim pink. I don't think so. These don't have a line on them, do they? No. They basically look the same to me. Except one thing. Oops. All right, let's mix up some of that wash. So it was Lamian medium and Xerius purple. That's not the color. That is the color. So we washed the skin with a purple. All right, let's wash this. This is 100% a song. Like this song will get demonetized. It's called Blue Tack, Ronka. Bostic Blue Tack. Appreciate it. Thank you, man. Thank you. I very, very much enjoy painting my Van Saar. Is what one of my finished champions looks like. I might just get a little more. You know what we're gonna do? I'll get a little of this pink. We're just gonna push the energy highlights a little bit more, and then we'll probably call it for the night. We'll just mix a little bit of Fulgrim pink. Don't need a lot of this, just a little bit. I've been painting for 13 years, man. 13 years I've been in the hobby. I got into Warhammer when 6th edition was released. It's sort of when Tau started getting some new stuff. And always been a painter first and foremost. I love the idea of gaming, but I love the idea of gaming with fully painted models. This is the Games Workshop scheme. When they first came out with Necromunda, they didn't have the A-team working on their models though. So they weren't painted to like an heavy metal type of scheme. They were a little more gritty, and I was like, man, I want to paint the Van Saar heavy metal. And now they have started. So like if you look at the Tech Hunters box, they're definitely heavy metal. But the ones prior to that, I could actually probably show you. Surely they've got them. Yeah, here you go. This is a good example right here. Whoops. I mean that. And that. So, like these here. So if you look at these, they're not painted like an heavy metal model. But if you look at these, most definitely heavy metal. Although they didn't really push the extreme edge highlights on the grey armor. Like mine's definitely pushed a bit harder in terms of edge highlights. But yeah, like that to that. Oh, it's subtle, but yeah. Look, the models are all good. It's just when they first came out, because I'm a heavy metal fanboy, I was like, these need to be painted in like hard edge highlights and stuff like that. So The colors punched up, yeah, yeah. Also, the other thing is Games Workshop edit their photos. So like, if you look at these tech hunters, ready? Watch the intensity of these colors change here, right? Like that's the same model. Like what is that? So Games Workshop are always tricky with how their models are displayed. You'd almost say that they're closer to this, but they've saturated them. Yep. Yeah, 100%, 100%. One of the biggest one has always been the red with Blood Angels. People are like, I can never get my red the same as Games Workshop's. Because Games Workshop's red isn't like that either. And I think reds are notoriously difficult to get the representation of the true red as well. Like, look, this red here, my red isn't this intense in person. It's not that intense. It's still a nice red in person, but that is just a much richer red. The Hobbit range, yeah, for sure. Look, it works. It works in certain models, and I have no doubt that their Warhammer models and Necromunda models are bright, but yeah, their photos are never 100% accurate. All right, let's I'll blue tack this guy together. And I'll show you guys where we are at with this guy. The commando of our gang. So we will brighten up the skin on tomorrow's stream. Like, we'll layer that skin back up. The pink's basically done. We'll be I mean, I've got to do the little crate he's standing on, but we'll be varnishing quite soon. I'm working on the metallics. I do have the black on the gun casing left as well, but that shouldn't take too much time. Other than that, we are going to finish up there, guys. So I'll be back tomorrow at 8 p.m. Australian Standard Time. Basically, wind your clock back 2 hours and 15 minutes. That's when the stream starts. Every day. Every day. if it wasn't such a nice day, you top your wet pallet up. Hey, you can unless it's really, really hot. It's always painting weather. It's always painting weather. Other than that, guys, enjoy your day, enjoy your night, and I'll catch you tomorrow. See you guys.